Hey YouTube, this is React City, I'm Paul.
I'm Rose.
Hi, Nikki.
And tell them what show it is, Rose.
This is Vinland Saga.
Tanya the Evil. Wow. This is To Your Eternity.
What?
What?
Yeah. What?
I completely forgot we were watching
We're watching To Your Season 2. Episode 1.
No, we were just talking about Vinland Saga.
I thought we were watching Vinland.
We're watching it after this.
Yeah, I know. It just occurred to me. Okay. Should we do this over?
Evidently, I forgot too.
Oh.
No. It's alright.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, so season 2. We're here, ready for more heartbreak. We see grown-up Fushi last time.
Yes.
Last time
We don't have
left
no
off-
more Piran.
Yeah, he's all alone for like the past couple decades.
Yeah. Evil anime girl, she, I don't know, suplex some guy.
And Fushi figured out some sort of way to kill the knocker thing, because there was a knocker that he blew up.
Yes.
In his human form, in his regular form.
Yeah, and he didn't lose a person, obviously, because he was still in that form.
Mm-hmm.
He won it one shot.
I was very excited to see this episode after that last one, but now that we're here, I'm a little bit nervous because Fushi could be so many different things than
Yeah.
Fushi we know.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
They could go anywhere.
Yeah.
And also, Old Man's probably dead, but yeah.
Oh!
That's so sad, but yeah, maybe we'll find out in this episode. Guys, remember to hit the like button, remember to hit the subscribe button. Also check out our Patreon in the description to see these episodes a whole week early, as well as the uncut version of these episodes. Also check out the description to see the link to our merch store. Let's get into the show. Discussion!
Alright.
So,
Mhm.
Tonari!
Yes!
Yes! So it's Tonari and then
Sandal and Ligard.
Sanda Ligard.
And then we find out that Fushi's on the island for 40 years.
40 years.
Why do you think he stayed in that one so long after? Because of the guilt thing, maybe? Like, he
yes.
kept swapping during the fights.
Yes, and then he
afterwards
started
stopped.
feeling guilty. Yeah, you're right. Because I was trying to think how come... Yeah, you're right. Because he got called back from his ocean trip.
Yes.
To fight the knockers that were waiting on the island. Which was weird, because if there was no one else on the island, I guess he just wanted him to practice fighting them. The black coat guy, master. Because, they would have just hung around until he came back anyways, but I guess he was like, no, your field trip is over.
Yeah, go get him now. But he doesn't, it seems like he's not physically 50 because he hasn't been in the form for 40 years.
Right.
So he's probably
like maybe 30. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Because I was looking at even the facial features, they don't quite look 40.
Yeah.
You know? But 40 years have passed. So that does mean the other people
Are
like
50.
Tonari and Sandal, they still look kind of young though.
Yeah.
Even if because they were like 14, sorry, when he left them.
Yeah.
So they should be 50 something. They don't look like
54.
that.
Yeah.
They kind of do to me.
Really?
They live pretty active lifestyles, so...
I guess. But no, not a gray hair in sight.
Well, it is anime.
It's also
too.
anime.
Yeah, usually they like exaggerate.
Once they hit 60, like once they hit 60, they get like half height and white hair.
Immediately.
This is true.
Push the button, anime button. Yeah. But we also meet, what was her name? Hisame.
Still creepy.
Very weird. So the master pointed out, so the soul, or they call it Phi. So the Phi is Hisame, which is why at the end there she kind of puzzled back together Tonari.
You mean Hayase?
Hayase.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she is Hayase. It's just no memories.
Yes.
It's like what the master told Pioran, is like as if your soul is taking a different form, you yourself will change.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what's happening.
Yeah. So that means Pioran in her reincarnation will have some flashback memories too. But the whole idea of having flashback memories is just bad news for me for Hisame. Hisame to me may have been a salvageable human.
Yeah.
That we could somehow deal with, but now I'm like, oh no, she can have memories. Memories of old times.
Yeah.
Not happy about that.
I mean, well, the morning glory thing is already. Oh yeah, you're just like your grandmother.
Yeah.
Just smiling, going along with him, going wherever you want.
Yeah.
and then Morning Glory.
Yeah.
Knock him out, take him wherever we want.
I don't understand why Fushi and Sandal did not get the message. Like, she's talking about,
I'm super immune to like everything.
Every poison.
Sips tea that was just given to me by a creepy young child.
Yes, I'm like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I think it could just also be just the methods of her Yaname people.
Yeah, it's to just knock them out and take them where she want to go.
And then also they also name dropped the Takuhana people who used to use the Bane lotus fruit to kill the Yaname, which is probably what Perona used to do. Puren.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes, because she's the one who told the story when they're on the boat passing by.
And she's from the Takuhana people.
Right.
Yeah, supposedly killed 10 Yaname. I mean, so the memories thing, the thing that they could use to save her is if Fushi does manage to get through to her through just being around her long enough that certain actions are wrong, and then she can remember what she did and maybe see it differently. Because these are memories that she, perhaps it's a long lifetime ago, she remembers that she at one point did this, but she doesn't have the same feelings to the moment. You know, maybe like in that moment I didn't necessarily get the sense that, oh yeah, I hated you, Tonari. She just remembered, oh, you're Tonari.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
That's true. And even, I don't even know if she hated Tonari even back then. She may just have seen her as an annoyance. Just an annoying...
Someone to get out of her way.
Yeah. Like someone she would kill if she got any closer in like getting her plan to get Fushi out of... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Words.
So why do you think they made the decision to make the Master's mouth move now?
I'm kind of sad that they did that.
Yeah, a little.
It adds to his like just
creepy
etherealness of like different.
Yeah, no lip movement.
Yeah.
But maybe it was because of
maybe Fushi was like, it's creepy. Stop. All right.
No, I was just gonna say for comprehensibility, like knowing who's talking. Sometimes like for people, especially if you don't know. If you can't tell the voice is different. So I had noticed at least in some scenes of some shows where if they don't show me the lips moving of the person who's talking, like I can't tell who's talking, like because some voices are just very similar. So I wonder if it has something to do with that, where they know like his voice is going to sound like somebody else's, or let's have his lips move this time.
Maybe.
I don't know.
In general, the Master was way more giving with information in this episode than all of season 1.
Yes.
I feel like it could be a move towards the Master is no longer this entity that's unknowable and weird, and the vibe of the show is different now. And it's exactly what I was theorized last time, where I was thinking an older Fushi with a younger person who now has to learn from him. So now Hisame is here, so he's no longer the one who is the vehicle for the audience to be confused by the world. We now know how the world works, and there's no need for the Master to be so creepy anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
So now he's kind of taking on a Ryuk role, like from Death Note. It's kind of there, gives info so that doesn't, but it's there.
Yeah. Oh, and in the episode, apparently the Master purposely withheld the information that Hisame had a knocker
in her.
He was like, "You didn't tell me."
Yeah.
He just comes. He just didn't answer.
He just makes comment about it. It was like, "You knew." Yeah.
I guess the Master was watching. You're trying to figure out where there's a knocker in you, but why do you look normal?
Or he was trying to. He later tells Fushi that he should go through this whole exposure therapy kind of thing. So maybe he wanted them to have contact. Perhaps and I don't see the benefit for Fushi in it, but perhaps he wanted to see if he could use Fushi to
talk to the knockers,
talk her down, or talk to knockers, something like that. Maybe he figured he could get through to this little girl. I don't see what angle it is that's beneficial for Fushi.
Same, because I was kind of thinking like, you want Fushi to talk to the knocker girl?
It didn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense.
No.
There's something is afoot.
Play.
Yes, and I think it's either he needs him to like figure out the knockers more, because this knockers, they are getting smarter and they're doing things more strategically, and they have had 40 years. Look at what they did in 4 years before. Now they've had 40 years to grow, and now they're literally just attacking people, which is unusual. It's usually surrounded Fushi before. So it might just have something to do with the fact that this little girl has a knocker in her, and it's a symbiotic one somehow, and he wants Fushi to figure it out, maybe by getting to know her. It just seems kind of dangerous to get that close.
Maybe because the knockers are what he originally called failures of life, and this one has somehow found a way to be symbiotic with a success of life, and that in of itself makes it different from the other knockers. Something like that. But yeah, also so. The girl mentioned her mom died. Her grandmother died before she was born, so she probably killed herself in order to make her soul come back and hijack the baby body.
In the baby body, yep.
Okay, so Hayase's daughter is normal, but Hayase's granddaughter is Hayase.
Yeah.
/ Hisame.
Yeah.
Okie doke.
I kept wondering if that girl who was with them without the mask might have been the mom.
I think so.
But also it could just be like a sister or something. Like a first gen backup just in case this doesn't work.
Yeah. Possible.
I had the thought that during like the last scene with Hayase, the guy bringing the food and then she drags him in. I had the thought, is she gonna try a generational thing? But then I was like, that's so weird. No way they're gonna do that. I was just so out of the box.
Guess it wasn't.
Apparently not.
So about Tonari, again she brings up the whole poisoning thing, and I'm more leaning into she accidentally killed her mom thing.
Same.
Because why was she already proficient with the poison on the boat? She was already getting up
as a child, yeah.
So I guess she could be referring. I've been poisoned plenty of times in the past. She could be referring to the stuff on the island, but she was already immune.
She said it was nostalgic for her.
It was nostalgic. I thought the nostalgia was referring to the island stuff.
No, I would think the nostalgia was referring to before the island, because on the island she's already immune, so she's been poisoned by
but she was
then.
also poisoned on the island a couple times. And she was with the group there. Her friends were there. But I mean, either way, yeah. Before she was using poison.
So the theory that came to my mind is that the mother was killing herself and was like killed in both, but she lived.
Oh.
Because she was immune to poisons, because she played around with them. That's what I was thinking.
That maybe.
That kind of makes sense.
That might make sense.
Because I always felt like...
Because she just woke up and saw her mother dead.
She just woke up. Because even though I always felt like the theory of her accidentally killing her mom had weight, there was always a little hole in it of like... She's never brought it up.
Yeah, and she's never even acted like she's somewhat demented or something.
Guilty about it.
Or guilty or anything. So it would make sense that she was poisoned, but not... It didn't work on her. Will we ever find out the truth?
Yeah.
I don't
There's
know.
no way to find out the truth.
It's just headcanon.
So I was wondering, like, there's nothing in this show that seems to allow... There's no third party that would know the information here.
No.
Except from the black thing, maybe.
Or Master, yeah. He might know.
What?
So I keep coming up with the theories. Okay, what if both the mother and the father were evil people? Like the father, the stuff that he would take was like him pillaging a village or something. And the mother was like a part of the band of whatever until Tonari came along. And then she's like, oh, now I have to take care of a child. I hate children. And she poisons her. But it doesn't work. And she's like, I can't take it anymore. Poison us both. And it doesn't work.
Man, we just like...
And then that's why the father is like laughing on the amount of dead bodies at the island.
I don't think I'm with that one. But I do like the idea of perhaps they were both involved in some shady business. Like maybe the mother was involved in poisons or the father was involved in poisons, because he was already a competent fighter before he got to the island. Because we've seen people in that ring, they can fight. So he was some kind of an assassin or a hired guard or something, and the mother was also involved in this business, and someone messed up with the poisons, or maybe Tonari got an interest in poisons because of something she saw at one point. Yeah, and they got mixed at some point.
Poison definitely was involved, like, in her day-to-day childhood somehow, either by some secret stuff, or it was just around and she used to play with it, because nostalgia, she says. So she got into it because it was available. How else would she be just... She go out and just like find it out in the bushes and she's like, well, let me taste this. It has to have been available somewhere.
Yeah, and she even says, she listed those things like seed frogs, something fish, all these different poisons. Why would she as a kid know all these are poisonous? Unless someone was telling her to avoid these, or there was a ready supply of these things.
Information.
But yeah, so also Sandal's here.
Sandal's here.
Sandal's here. Hey, Sandal.
And they're doctors.
They're doctors.
Which makes sense. She's, queen of poison. Sandal.
She was into medicine. He already wanted to be a doctor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Remember we talked about how Fushi has to learn doctor things.
And I don't want to alarm anybody.
But they're both strong medicine people.
Hey, I just heard the word meta. Don't you say a word. No. But but the thing is, with the doctors, if they're both doctors, we have a backup. So one of them can die, one can stay.
Yeah, that's true.
But one of them's more important than the other.
Yeah.
Emotionally, at least.
Yeah, Tonari, but... Yeah, I guess Sandal could stay. I say the more important emotional one dies.
Yeah, I know. More important one is gonna die.
Okay.
Because this is to your eternity. And that's what they do.
It's weeping sadness. It seems like...
Yeah.
When we haven't seen Fushi, well, he hasn't had a reason, but we haven't seen Fushi change into Piran.
No.
And we're assuming that the old man is probably dead by now. It's been 40 years. Maybe he doesn't get them if they die of old age.
Oh. That would be interesting. But we know that he only is able to turn into something that stimulates him. Right? And Piran has definitely stimulated him. So I don't know that... And I don't know that death that is outside of his control, like death by old age, would be... I think the only reason he can't turn into Piran is because Piran is reincarnating. That's what I was going to say.
I feel like that shouldn't matter. Because he duplicates the vessel, right? The fire can go if it wants.
That's true. That's true. Maybe he just hasn't because she can't fight.
No reason to
it would be like, unless he's trying to hide among people, then he would try to turn into her.
Oh, and also I definitely think he can revive people. Now that they've confirmed this whole fire thing and the vessel changed its form, if he just made a duplicate Gugu body, that's the same vessel.
Yes.
The fire could just go back in that vessel.
And Gugu is still around.
Gugu's hanging around. March is hanging around.
Yeah. March.
They specifically said the soul can do whatever it wants. There's nothing forcing them to leave.
Yes.
And we know Hayase was able to move as a soul into a body.
Yes. So what he can do is, like, if he figures this out, he can just tell them, listen, when you die, don't go anywhere. I'm gonna make your body after everything's safe. Just stay near me, okay?
Are we getting Gugu back?
We have to.
His girlfriend's like 40 years older than him now, though.
Oh, yeah.
She's so cool.
And she's probably married to his brother. Just not gonna lie, this probably happened. Okay.
Probably.
Oh.
Imagine though, he's in some situation where he has to make a bunch of bodies, and he's just like, "I'm sorry, guys, it just all came up." Like, finally.
I was like, we've been waiting. That's all I have.
The only thing I was thinking about that theory is the bodies that he would have revived, except Gugu's, because the last body no, it was a damaged Gugu. They're injured when the bodies. So unless he can learn to heal them, he
heals, I guess.
Yeah, he would have to be in it, do what he did with his own body. Remember when he left it? Yeah,
a little bit.
He left it through his hand as a mole. Remember? Mm-hmm. So maybe he'll like become the body, and then I don't know if he can heal the body and then leave the body. It's like, okay, go in there. It's so complicated. I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I feel like he could spawn the body without damage because, like, Pandora doesn't come back with her head nearly cut off.
This is true.
And Gugu works just fine off the bat too, where his body should be shattered.
That's true.
But
it's just Marsh that comes back with a bleeding side and the original boy.
It could be because that's the last time he knew them, that they're not injured.
Yeah, I guess that's what I was wondering.
Yeah. And he wasn't fully understand things yet, so maybe just them being injured is just how he understands them. Whereas Gugu, he understands him healthy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So many theories.
Anyways, next episode we're gonna see Tonari stand off with Hisame. I'm sure Hisame is a good fighter, and Tonari for sure is a good fighter now.
Yes.
Because she did block the knockers and do things.
Yeah, still don't trust the child.
No. But also, so this Hisame thing, I'm wondering exactly to what extent they thought ahead for this plan with this knocker in her arm, because Well, you were just gonna sneak upon him when he was sleeping. Like, oh, past this, what was the plan?
Yeah.
Like, you get him, he's unconscious. Arm go. Is that it?
Well,
No,
she
I don't
didn't
think.
want it
Yeah,
to.
she didn't want it to. I think
she
the
didn't want
knocker.
to.
I think the knocker was like, "Oh, he's right there. I can do it."
Yeah.
But then she was like, "No." So I think she doesn't want them to do anything to him.
Well, yeah, I agree on that. I'm wondering, like, is that all the knocker thought ahead of? Is that his grand plan?
Oh,
Just
this is a
sneak
good
upon
point.
him when he's sleeping.
Yeah, through the child.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
I'm a little disappointed if that was it.
Yeah.
Been 40 years.
In the words of Fushi, be smarter.
Be smarter. Maybe they'll be smarter in the next episode. Guys, remember to hit the like button, remember to hit the subscribe button, and also check out our Patreon in the description to see these episodes a whole week early, as well as the uncut version of these episodes. We'll see you guys next time in the city.
Bye-bye.
Oh, bye.
A special thanks to our patrons: Jesse Gallimore, Zoe Dawn, Hound of the Red Plains, Tyler Costin, and Anthony C. Klein.